My beloved son, I have watched over you since the moment I formed you, and I know the thoughts and desires of your heart. I have placed within you a purpose, a calling, and a destiny to reflect my love, light, and truth in all that you do. One of the greatest qualities you can embody is honesty, for it mirrors my very nature. I am the God of truth, and all my ways are just and righteous. In this world, you will face temptations to stray from the path of truth, to hide behind deceit, or to compromise your integrity for the sake of convenience, approval, or gain. But remember, my son, honesty is not merely about the words you speak. It is about living a life that is transparent before me and others. It is about being true to who you are, who I created you to be, and standing firm in the truth even when it costs you. I want you to know that honesty is the foundation of trust. When you speak the truth, you align yourself with me, for I am the way, the truth, and the life. Every time you choose to speak honestly, even when it is difficult, you plant seeds of righteousness that will bear fruit in due time. You will find favor with me and with people when your words are trustworthy and your actions are sincere. Do not fear the consequences of being honest. Yes, the truth can be uncomfortable, and it may even cause you temporary pain or hardship. But I am with you in those moments. My strength will sustain you, and my wisdom will guide you through any trial. Remember, the truth will always come to light, and it is far better to walk in truth now than to be exposed later. Honesty brings freedom. Deceit binds you in chains of guilt, shame, and anxiety, but truth liberates you. It lifts the weight from your shoulders and brings peace to your soul. Live openly, my son, with nothing to hide. In doing so, you reflect my light into the darkness around you, and you become a beacon of hope and integrity for others to follow. Do not let fear, pride, or insecurity lead you into dishonesty. When you are tempted to speak or act falsely, pause and remember that I see all things. I am the God who looks not just at outward appearances but at the heart. If your heart is aligned with me, you will have the courage to speak the truth with love, even when it is hard. Be humble, my son, and admit your mistakes when you make them. A man of integrity is not one who never fails, but one who acknowledges his failings and seeks to make things right. I honor those who are willing to confess their sins, for in confession there is healing. Honesty with yourself, with others, and with me will bring you closer to the fullness of life I have promised you. My beloved son, let your life be a reflection of my truth. Stand firm in honesty, and you will walk in the light of my presence all your days. In a world that often values convenience over character, choose the higher path. Choose to be honest, even when no one is watching, for I am always with you. I will bless you for your honesty, and I will guide you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake. Keep your heart pure, your words true, and your actions upright, and you will know the peace that comes from living a life of integrity. I love you, my son, and I am always here to lead you on the path of truth. My dearest son, as I continue to speak to your heart, I want to remind you that honesty is not just a singular act, but a way of life. It is the path you walk daily, the very foundation of your relationship with me and with others. Honesty, in its truest form, extends beyond simply telling the truth in words. It encompasses your thoughts, your actions, your motivations, and even your self-perception. Let us explore these deeper levels of honesty together, so that you may grow strong in character and steadfast in righteousness. Honesty with yourself. Before you can be truly honest with others or with me, you must first learn to be honest with yourself. This, my son, can be the most challenging form of honesty, for it requires you to face your inner world without pretense. It calls for you to look at yourself not through the lens of pride, fear, or denial, but through the lens of truth and humility. To be honest with yourself means to acknowledge your strengths and your weaknesses, to embrace your gifts as well as your imperfections. In moments of failure, do not hide from your shortcomings or make excuses to protect your pride. Own them, my son, for in doing so, you open the door to growth and transformation. When you acknowledge where you have fallen short, you invite my grace into your life to heal and strengthen you. Denying the truth about yourself only leads to stagnation, but embracing it will set you on the path to becoming the man I created you to be. Likewise, do not deceive yourself by underestimating your worth or doubting the gifts I have placed within you. Sometimes, being honest with yourself means recognizing the great potential I have instilled in you, even when you feel unworthy. I see you, my son, in your entirety, both your struggles and your greatness. Trust my vision of you, and let that guide you as you walk in honesty with yourself. Honesty in your relationships. Honesty is the cornerstone of all healthy relationships. Without it, trust crumbles, intimacy fades, and division grows. My son, I desire for you to have relationships that are built on the solid rock of truth, where your words and actions are aligned, and where you speak with sincerity from your heart. In your friendships, your family, and even your future marriage, let honesty guide your interactions. Be open and transparent with those you love, for nothing can thrive in the darkness of secrets or deceit. When you speak, let your words be a reflection of your true intentions. Say what you mean, and mean what you say. This will foster trust, respect, and a sense of security in those who walk with you. Remember, honesty does not mean harshness. It is possible to speak the truth in love, with kindness and empathy. When you correct someone or express your feelings, do so in a way that uplifts rather than tears down. Honesty should never be used as a weapon to hurt others, but as a tool to build and strengthen the bonds between you. If ever you are in doubt, seek my wisdom, and I will show you how to speak truth in a way that brings peace. The freedom of living honestly. My son, one of the greatest gifts that honesty brings is freedom. When you live with nothing to hide, your heart is unburdened, and your mind is at peace. Secrets and lies create a web of complexity and fear. They enslave you to the constant worry of being discovered. But truth is simple. It is liberating. It allows you to walk with your head held high, without fear of exposure, because you have nothing to conceal. There will be times when speaking the truth may seem difficult or even dangerous. You may fear the consequences of being honest, whether it's admitting a mistake, revealing a hidden struggle, or standing up for what is right in the face of opposition. But know this, my son. No matter how painful the truth may seem in the moment, it is always better than the bondage of a lie. In those moments when honesty feels risky, remember that I am your refuge and your strength. I will protect you, and I will provide for you. Do not compromise your integrity out of fear, for my grace is sufficient for you. The world may tempt you to take shortcuts or to mask the truth for the sake of convenience, but I am calling you to be a man of integrity, to walk in the freedom of truth. You do not need to rely on deceit to succeed. Trust in me, and I will honor your honesty. Honesty in your purpose. My son, I have placed within you a divine purpose, a calling that is unique to you. To fulfill this purpose, you must walk in honesty, for only through truth can you truly understand and embrace the path I have laid before you. Do not deceive yourself by chasing after things that are not meant for you. There may be times when the world presents you with opportunities that seem appealing, but they are not aligned with the purpose I have for your life. Be honest with yourself about your true desires, and seek my guidance in all things. Trust that I know what is best for you, even when the path seems unclear. Honesty with your purpose also means being true to the gifts and talents I have given you. Do not hide your abilities out of fear or false humility, but use them boldly for my glory. At the same time, do not pretend to be something you are not in order to impress others or gain approval. I have created you uniquely, and there is no need to put on a false identity. When you walk in your true calling, rooted in honesty, you will find fulfillment and peace. The eternal reward of honesty. My beloved son, the rewards of honesty are not just for this life, but for eternity. Every time you choose truth over falsehood, you store up treasure in heaven. Your integrity will not go unnoticed by me, even when the world does not recognize or reward it. I see every honest word you speak, every moment of truth you live out, and I will bless you for it. In the end, it is not the approval of man that matters, but the approval of your heavenly Father. When you stand before me, it will not be the accomplishments, titles, or possessions that will matter. It will be the purity of your heart and the integrity of your life. Live honestly, my son, with your eyes fixed on eternity, and you will receive a crown of righteousness that will never fade. A final word of encouragement. My son, I know that the journey of honesty is not always easy. There will be times when you are tempted to take the easy way out, to bend the truth, or to hide from difficult realities. But I want you to know that I am with you every step of the way. You do not walk this path alone. When you are weak, I will strengthen you. When you are unsure, I will guide you. When you face opposition for standing in truth, I will defend you. Trust in me, my son, and know that I am always faithful to those who walk in my ways. Be courageous, be steadfast, and let honesty be the banner that you carry throughout your life. In doing so, you will reflect my glory and bring light into the world. And remember, I am always here, ready to lead you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake. My beloved son, as you continue your journey in life, walking in honesty will sometimes feel like climbing a steep mountain. There will be moments when telling the truth feels daunting, and moments when the weight of honesty bears heavily upon your shoulders. But remember, my son, I am the one who strengthens the weary and lifts the burden from your heart. Even in the most challenging circumstances, I will be with you, guiding you toward truth and integrity. Honesty in times of adversity. Life is full of seasons, times of joy and peace, but also times of trial and difficulty. It is in the moments of adversity that your commitment to honesty will be tested most. When pressure mounts and when situations become complex, you may feel tempted to compromise your integrity, to bend the truth just enough to make the problem go away. But I tell you this, honesty in adversity is what refines your character, and it is in these moments that you grow the most. When you face challenges, whether in your relationships, your work, or your personal life, cling to truth. Let it be your anchor, for honesty will keep you grounded even when the storms of life try to uproot you. Deceit may seem like a quick fix, but it will only lead to more trouble in the end. A lie may solve an immediate problem, but it creates cracks in the foundation of your life, and eventually, those cracks will widen. My son, when you are in the midst of adversity, come to me. Lay your burdens at my feet, and ask for my wisdom. I will show you the path of truth, and I will give you the courage to walk it. Even when the truth brings temporary hardship, I will provide for you. Trust in my faithfulness, for I have promised never to leave you nor forsake you. Dealing with the consequences of dishonesty. There may be times in your life, my son, when you falter and stray from the path of honesty. In moments of weakness, you may give in to the temptation to deceive, whether out of fear, shame, or desperation. Know this: while dishonesty can lead to painful consequences, my grace is always available to you. No mistake is too great for my forgiveness, and no sin is beyond redemption. If you find yourself entangled in a web of lies, do not lose heart. Come to me in humility, confess your wrongdoing, and I will forgive you. It may be difficult to face the consequences of dishonesty, but I will give you the strength to endure. Honesty, even after a lie, is the first step toward healing and restoration. When you confess your dishonesty to others, you may fear their judgment or rejection. But remember, my son, that people value authenticity. While your dishonesty may have caused hurt, your willingness to be truthful and take responsibility for your actions will open the door to reconciliation. You may need to rebuild trust, but I will be with you in that process. Humility, repentance, and honesty are the keys to restoring what was broken. Do not allow guilt or shame to hold you back from seeking the truth. I do not condemn you, my son. I love you, and I am always ready to help you walk in the light once more. Rebuilding trust through honesty. Trust, my son, is a precious gift, and it is built over time through consistent honesty. However, when dishonesty enters a relationship, trust can be damaged, and it can take time and effort to rebuild. If you have ever caused someone to doubt your integrity, do not be discouraged. Trust can be restored through a commitment to honesty and transparency. The first step to rebuilding trust is to acknowledge where you have fallen short. Take responsibility for your actions, and be honest about the reasons behind your dishonesty. When others see that you are sincere in your repentance, they will be more willing to extend grace and forgiveness. Secondly, be patient. Trust is not rebuilt overnight, but through consistent actions over time. Let your words be true, and let your actions align with your promises. In time, those who were hurt by your dishonesty will begin to see the change in you, and trust will be restored. Finally, keep me at the center of your relationships. Pray for wisdom in how to approach each situation, and seek my guidance in your conversations. I will give you the words to speak, and I will soften hearts where there is hurt or distrust. With my help, even the most broken relationships can be healed. Honesty is a light in a dark world. My son, this world is filled with darkness, deception, corruption, and falsehoods abound. But I have called you to be a light in this world, to shine brightly in the midst of darkness through your honesty and integrity. When you live truthfully, you become a beacon of hope for others. Your honesty will set you apart and will inspire others to walk in the light as well. People around you will take notice of your commitment to truth, even when it is not easy. In your workplace, your community, and your family, others will see that you are a man who can be trusted, a man whose word is reliable. They will know that when you speak with sincerity, and when you make a promise, you will keep it. This, my son, is a powerful testimony, and it reflects my character to the world. As you live honestly, you will have opportunities to share the deeper truth of who I am. Your integrity will open doors for conversations about faith, and others will be drawn to the light of Christ within you. Let your life be a reflection of my truth, and you will draw many to the hope and peace that only I can provide. The transforming power of truth. Honesty, my son, has the power to transform not only your own life but the lives of those around you. Truth brings healing, reconciliation, and freedom. When you speak the truth in love, you offer others the chance to grow, to change, and to find peace. Do not underestimate the power of your words and actions when they are rooted in honesty. There may be times when speaking the truth is uncomfortable. You may need to confront someone you love, or you may need to bring a hidden issue to light. In these moments, remember that truth is always the path to healing. Lies and deceit only perpetuate harm, but truth brings resolution and peace. When you speak honestly, you are offering others the opportunity to grow in love, wisdom, and understanding. Honesty before God. Finally, my son, remember that honesty begins with your relationship with me. I know your heart more intimately than you know yourself, and there is nothing you can hide from me. When you come before me in prayer, come as you are, without pretense or fear. I see your struggles, your fears, and your failures, and I love you all the same. Do not feel that you must hide anything from me. Bring your true self before me, with all your questions, doubts, and uncertainties. I welcome your honesty, and I delight in your transparency. In your vulnerability before me, you will find strength. In your honesty, you will find peace. I am not looking for perfection, my son. I am looking for a heart that is fully surrendered to me in truth. A father's final encouragement. My son, as you go forth in life, let honesty be your constant companion. Whether in times of joy or sorrow, in moments of success or failure, choose truth. When you are tempted to stray from the path of honesty, remember that I am with you, and I will always provide a way forward. Your honesty will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. It will bring you closer to me, strengthen your relationships, and give you the peace of knowing that you are living in alignment with my will. Trust in me, my son, and I will guide you through every challenge. I am proud of you, and I love you with an everlasting love. My precious son, as you continue to walk through this life, I want you to reflect even more deeply on the transformative power of honesty, not just in your day-to-day actions, but in the shaping of your soul. There is something profoundly spiritual about living in truth, for it reflects my very nature and brings you closer to me. In a world where falsehood often prevails, you are called to be a vessel of my truth, and through this calling, your heart, mind, and spirit will be molded into something pure and eternal. Honesty and the formation of your soul. My son, each choice you make, every truth you speak or withhold, shapes your soul. Honesty is not just about being morally upright, it is about aligning your inner self with the reality of my will. When you are truthful, you are allowing my light to enter into the deepest parts of your being, cleansing you, healing you, and transforming you into the person I intended you to be.